This review is presented by EVDANCE and The Perfect Gloss.
So this is not usually the cars that I review, but I find them somewhat interesting, these transportation cars. So this is the Renault Master, fully electric. We get the big battery, 87 kilowatt hours of battery. They say that it has been a bit more aerodynamically shaped. Well, I don't really know about that. This is not a car that you take out on the highways to do heavy transportation with. And there is something extra special using them in town, and that is just exactly what Renault wants the transportation guy or girl to use, because it becomes very effective. And it's also very effective driving these around in town because you keep that tempo that you want. It just becomes a much more smooth ride. You can load up 1,625 kilos in it, 10,000 liters all in all, so it's rather convenient in that way. And I mean, sitting high, driving around in town, lowering that pressure of stress in transportation people that works in this segment, I think that is something, but we'll find out when we get out on the road. And this big battery, this is the one that comes to our market. We have the shorter version, there is a longer version, 70 centimeters longer, but this one just does the job. So these sliding doors, of course, they are good. And it's high up to the roof. When you drive around, it shivers about a little bit. That's just what it is. It needs to keep the weight down as much as it can. And you got a lot of mounting points in here. It also says 8 to 12 of these mounting points, which is just good. Now there's a little, scruff and stuff laying about. So you need to secure that, because you as the driver, you are the one that is in charge of securing it safely. So, yep, 1,625 kilos. I mean, that is fairly much. Some wants to go on maybe motocross events and stuff. They might load up like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 bikes maybe, and a lot of equipment to that. That becomes rather heavy. So for that long transportation trips, these might not be the ones, but it's for cities, different type of cities. So you can go for the smaller batteries if you know that you don't need to do that many deliveries or in the smaller towns, but the big battery for larger towns. And I think that when you stop and pull over to just, like pack in, pack out, but then you can charge it 22 kilowatts AC. And if you want to fast charge it, well, then it's 130 kilowatts. So that's fairly good. And of course, you just jump up here. You have good height up to the roof. And I don't really know what I should say more about this. This is just practical enough. The thing is that it's electric, and that is the nature of it. That's what I want to see. Of course, you got a towing hook, and you can tow about 1,000 to 1,500 kilos. Oh, fair enough. Something charming is that you just have a key, you put it into the ignition, and then you turn it to start. That is charming. I like that, like a fossil-driven engine. You will get that button later on. But at the moment, we just got this. And of course, you get into a position where you sit high. You have such good vision all around, and everything is, pointed towards you. We got a little drink here, perfect to have that, or you can have your coffee. Everything is rather plastic, but does that really matter? Handbromsen är en manuell handbroms. And it's a manual handbrake as well, so that didn't deactivate. You're so used to that when you drive electric cars. But yeah, we heard that distinct sound, didn't we? Like this. And I drive my RV quite often, so I'm used to sitting this high, and yeah, there is just something about it. Here we go. Very smooth, of course. When you drive these type of working cars that you use in transport stuff, you're so used to a diesel engine. It really sounds raw about it, but this one, quiet. So this is a very convenient and comfortable experience driving something soft, electric, and direct. And sometimes you want that. When you pull a trailer, there is just something magical about that direct feeling, the torque, and it doesn't become any juddery type of feeling as it can be in a fossil-driven engine of some kind. So that is very good when you have a trailer on. And you can pull about 1,500 kilos on that trailer. I mean, this is not a luxury car. This is something that you work with daily. So, of course, it's very scratch friendly, this, but that's the way it should be. It should keep down the weight and it should be simple. This is nothing that you really care about, but even so, it should just give you the touch of being like a normal car, even though you sit a bit higher in it. So I just like the screen. I mean, the graphics here feels very, very modern. Getting this Google system that they put in all their cars, we're just so thankful for that. You just don't want to mess about with any other system, as you can get in some different transportation cars. They're not so good. Sure, there is some system that works really, really fine, but the Google, that is just good. And it's really good. We're driving here at Nylander, and I mean, there's some tight streets and stuff. It's really good to try out these type of cars because they go everywhere. As my colleague says it, we go everywhere because it's a transportation car. They are aimed to go everywhere, to deliver stuff, to deliver packages, and to deliver whatever you need to deliver. Sure, you can hear that it bounces a bit when the road gets a bit uneven. You can pull down into this little pothole. And of course, you get this shiver throughout the chassis. That's just what it is. It comes with a car like this. And this is really good as well. I mean, off the line, this is strong. So we got 140 horsepower, 87 kilowatt hours of battery. And then you also have a smaller battery pack, which is 60 kilowatt hours. So depending on what you want to do, how far do you need to go to transport it? Is it just around town? Well, then the smaller battery might do it, but if you live in a bigger town, then the bigger battery might be the one for you. And just a quiet ride about this is just something as well. You know, you might lower the stress level for someone that needs to deliver a lot of stuff. There is something about that you might not think about, but you know, having something that is quiet, that is smooth, really, really good. And you keep the flow in a bit better pace when you drive around in town. I mean, this can take some time in its acceleration mode in a fossil-driven engine, like a diesel or something, even though they can be strong. You can go for even longer distances with that. But I can see the point with this. And it's a lot more environmentally friendly at the same time. That is really, really good. And this system is really, really quick. I like the Renault systems. They are clearly displayed. They're rather fun to look at. Great colors, great typing. I mean, it's quick enough for you to just manage through. So I like it. And here we can get into some different categories. So you can see how the energy is portrayed here, the battery, how you want to charge it. They also told us about this button down here, My Safety Pulsar. So you push 2 times and then you can set your individual safety parameters. Steering wheel, just a good steering wheel, really comfortable to hold. Sure, it's a little plastic, but then you got the physical buttons here and good click, good response in them. You got the knobs here to turn on the climate, set the climate, physical buttons down here as well. So everything is in an arm's reach. Really, really nice. A lot of cup holders all around, a lot of pockets. And then when you change the gear and set it into regenerative braking and everything, you have this gear lever up here. Really, really nice. 3 of these down here. As a new driver of a car like this, then this might be a little tricky in the beginning. But if you've been driving more of these before, well, then it's rather simple. So that's for the media down here, volume and everything. And you got an induction charger down here, which I really, really like. You got 2 USB-C outlets down here as well. And the cluster in front of you, good graphics. Shows you the vital information that you need. Just a simple car to drive. It feels very, very light in some way. The good thing is that you feel the dimensions of a car like this. A big window. You can just feel where you have this upper trash of it and also down there. So very easy to place, very easy to maneuver. But I just like this light steering. And there is something about driving a car like this that have this rapid response. I like the seating position. You have these armrests here, which are just great. I have that in my RV as well. And when driving for longer, it is just so comfortable having this one. You can set it in different type of heights as well. Very easy. But of course, as it starts to, we get into some sort of bends, then you can feel that it leans a little, but that really bothers you that much. You know what type of car you're sitting in, and let's just push it a little. Yeah, well, oh, we barely reach 100 in this little incline here. So yeah, it's not a very fast car. I don't know what the top speed can be, right? Around 130, but that's not the thing about it. You shouldn't be driving out on motorways with this one because, I mean, the drag, oh, that is nothing that you really want to face in an electric car. So this is for the city. And it's rather interesting to see how many car manufacturers that haven't been having these type of transportation cars for this purpose, how these type of cars are popping up. So there is something about that. They really want to electrify this segment, and I think it's really good to do that in major cities, or any city for that matter.